unspottable. What are you gonna do about it?
Oh, I'm totally spotted on this trailer. Holy shit, that's black. What logbook? I gotta go spot something. Oh fuck, I broke it. Holy shit, that's heavy, but I got this. I hope Blaine didn't see that. Yeah, it's supposed to do that, it's doing a burn. Spotswell's my middle name. I got a permit. Matter of fact, I got two, it's so heavy. Do you have something that needs spotted? That sucks. I'd really like to offer my assistance. I'm sure they got somebody on call that'll be right there. School bus has usually got a tow truck on the hook, but they might be busy today. Got a fresh blanket overnight. That range road there looked pretty bad, actually. It's hard when you can't see. Especially when you're driving a long-ass school bus. I'm not even really enjoying meeting other log trucks here because I don't know where the side of the road is. It's all drive-by braille. This road isn't super wide, but it's not narrow where you gotta really freak out about it. Oh, that means all the mats they lay down will have a fresh blanket of snow on them. They laid out all the mats, I think, last night after I left with that 80 cube bin. That school bus looks like it was kind of it was on the tippy side, so you know when you hook onto that, you claim all responsibility. I'm like, all right, all the kids off. Bus driver, just leave it in neutral, and just let me pull you out. Because as soon as you step on that throttle, you're just gonna go whoop, the ass end will go in more. What was it, yesterday? We're loading that sub there on the ring road, and the pilot car told the pickup operator, he's like, yeah, we're loading a sub in the middle of the road, it's blocked. He's like, I work for so I'm just gonna keep going. I'm like, okay, so you work, all of a sudden the road isn't blocked for you? Do you know what? And I'm pretty sure it was the drilling consultant. I'm like, you know what the sub looks like, right? And you obviously know what the road looks like because you're on it. And we load a sub on the crown so you're flat, always. You never put it off to the side so you can make room for other traffic. Just like anything, when you're loading, you want to be flat. Used to have that all the time, decked down to load a service rig. I'm like, right in the middle of the road. Sometimes we'd be in our own lane for this kind of road, and even at that, if you weren't on your toes. It's alright with live hydraulics because you can keep the tension on the winch line as you roll out from under or when you're picking it up, and you can kind of finesse and make sure it stays. You always put your hook on the low side. It does help a little bit, not a whole lot, because it kind of wants to pull it to the center of the fifth wheel. But yeah, when I see people like that in distress, I want to stop and help. I'm not that big of an asshole. But then I'll be late. I'd probably have to chain up. It would just take a lot of time to help him out. But anyways, back to that consultant. He's like, just kept going. And then he waited till loaded the sub, and then he started. He's like, drove by. He was half in the ditch, and he had his wheels cranked towards me to get back on the road. And just as he met me and we were just starting to go, his truck popped out. He's seeing him with the wheel, and he almost drove right into the side of me. I'm just like, you couldn't have waited. He just went to location and sat in his truck anyways. I watched him all day, and I almost ran into him twice on the road because he wasn't calling. Well, like, I don't think anybody's coming. I'm like, if you do have a radio and I'm like, call kilometer 5 and you're at 6 or whatever, right? Like, at least say, hey, I'm at kilometer 6, whatever, empty loaded, right? So I know you're there, but you know how I get aggressive, so I'm like, nobody's coming. I'll cut the inside of this corner, come around the corner, boom, he's right there, hard on the brakes, and I was like, holy crap. First time I met him, I'm like, if you don't call, you don't exist. I ain't slowing down. Because I'll slow down for everybody that I meet if I know you're coming, but if I meet you in a corner, I'm tired of cramming on my brakes when I meet people. It's just, we're all out here trying to do a job safely. It's radio controlled for a reason, and we always got pickups that don't call. I'm like, that's fine. You want to call like every 3rd kilometer, I'm fine with that because I'm listening, trying to do my best. And then you got other people that are just like, I loaded at 5. And I hear the radio cue on and cue off and something. I can't hear it because they're whispering. I'm like, not all of us are driving Cadillacs out here. I'm like, all of us that are driving big trucks, and especially when we're loaded, you're always like humming pretty good on the engine. You can't hear much. In the winter, I always have the window cracked just a touch so I can keep defrosted nicely. It's not that cold today, but on cold days, I always keep it cracked open a little bit. Yes, I have a new AC unit. Everything works how it's supposed to. It's just sometimes when it's that cold, it doesn't work. And I hate having frosty windows. You get 2 people in here, oh boy, it's a struggle. Keep the side windows defrosted. The colder it gets, the harder it is. But anyways, fresh blanket of snow added to our job for the day here, so nobody's plowing out where we're loading stuff. We're gonna go to the old end, right where that little flame is up there, grab the open top, and bring it back to the new end, unload that, and then I think we're supposed to start standing tanks right away. I know he had the acid tank truck was coming first thing this morning, so we got to get those stood right away, and then carry on. Ding, 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 ding. I wonder if we'll have to wait for the acid truck to unload if he's unloading after I stand those 2. That's how Total runs too, or not Total, but Aspen Leaf. They're like, okay, no work around any of these tanks if the acid truck is there working. But then the other day we were the same distance away from them and we're standing tanks and they're unloading. I'm like, I'm like, so just because there's a manifold and we're like, what, 2 meters away from this row of tanks to that row of tanks? Well, whatever, I'm just making conversation to fill in this video, even though I probably don't need any extra because I got lots. All these frozen thick ruts. Rough, because it was super soft and then everything froze, so that sucked. Jumped off the truck right into a rut, smashed my toes right in the end of my boots. Oh, had to put in some extra pins. As you know how ice is, ice on ice. Toes hurt now. Fuck. It's enough to chain down. I can go a little more. I gotta do something with that. That looks super sketch. It's held by the cable and one hinge bolt right there. On the drive side. If it was passenger side, I'd let it slide. But I don't want it falling off on a passing car. Gotta get it just bang on. I got a little tab. And the skid's pretty wide, so that's what I'm fussing with. My other pins are too short, so once it comes up on the roller, we'll barely catch that pin. That is sketchy, so I put in the big boy pins. pulled too far ahead, my chain was too short. Chaotic stress moment here when I bent my box again. Oh well, it's not the first time it happens all the time. Gonna have to make some altercations to this thing. Made me all sweaty. Fucking winter. got here? ZX. Is that a 300? Can't see. 290. I'm all I can give. I'm a Marine up here hiding behind my seat. All 40-ton that the winch will give, minus probably a little bit. Powered right out in low. Put her in low, eh? So I don't know, the hoe's gonna dig around it a little bit, I guess. They was steaming it. Didn't seem to do anything when we were barring out the ears. It seemed pretty soft underneath. But no avail here yet. I don't really like everybody standing around it while I got everything I got on it with Brawler's sling. It's brand new. Blew through my donut though. ASAP. He's like, you want to use this little sling? I'm like, no. No, we're not using that. So yeah, we'll tinker around here a bit and see what happens. Bounce on the frost heave still. Look at that. I barely even went on her and she just blew right apart. Kaboom! At least it didn't go up over the roof. here's where it gets pretty shitty. I fucked up. As soon as I seen that the fifth wheel came unhitched, I was all like, yay, I get to go home. I'm almost out of hours. I forgot to set the trailer brakes. And it's just sitting there on the trailer, and the vac truck's still hooked to the chain on the back. And since I was pulling the dynamited heater trailer, and I was pulling the vac truck, so all the snow piled up in front of his tires, and he couldn't pull ahead to get slack in the chain so I could take it off. And we're standing in between the back of the trailer and the front of the vac truck. So he went to back up just a hair so he could pull ahead, but when he backed up, just gave it that littlest tug on the trailer, and it just came right off the truck. We're all standing in between. Everything I didn't need right when I least needed it happened. Six ring. I couldn't get the fifth wheel unlocked. I was about to cry, literally, because I was like, I have no idea. Besides unpinning the fifth wheel at the bushings and just donating the fifth wheel and going home. But even at that, I don't. Is that possible? Can I do that? I've never taken a fifth wheel off before, but I'm sure I'd have figured it out. It would have taken some hand strength, and there was no room in there to spin a ratchet, if it could even be done. Like, maybe somebody would have had some air tools. I'm sure the vac truck had an impact for getting into 400s and stuff, you know, like all the bolts for the doors. The fucking thing would not. First I had to bang it to latch it to get it. Like the first two times it wouldn't latch, I'm like, okay, maybe there's a little bit of snow in the jaws, but if I hit it hard enough, it'll be fine. But no, there's another issue. That's a bad corner. They need to curve that some more. That's a hard 3 Titans, don't cut. And then, yeah, we had to anchor myself with the vac truck with a 1/2-inch chain, which I wasn't really happy about having to do, but Brawler left me hanging, wouldn't answer his phone, he was already gone. I'm like, yeah, typical Brawler. And, yeah, had to get violent, had to put on a set of chains. Not happy about that. I'm like, yeah, I made it through the evening without putting on a set of chains, stood the tank without chains, pushed it back without chains. I'm like, fuck yeah. I'm like, I'm getting out of here. I just got to move this heater and I'm done. Loaded low boy 4 ring. Nobody's out here but me. And yeah, he's like, yeah, the other guy that moved it last time had a hell of a time getting unhooked from it. I'm like, you probably have an oversized cock. He said, tanks. I'm like, not that cock. Like your trailer cock. I'm like, it looks like a brand new trailer. Good shape, well taken care of probably. Like, heater trailers don't really take a lot of abuse, but I don't know if that's a thing, but if your horse cock was just slightly oversized, would it jam your jaws and on your fifth wheel? Because I'm like, man, I unpinned from my trailer this morning, no problem. I got lots of room in there. Probably need a new horse cock on that. Fuck me. And then I was excited. We got it unhooked. And I was like, well, we probably need to move it back because I pulled the trailer and the vac truck like, I don't know, fucking 15, 20 feet. I was like, wow, that's impressive. I didn't think I'd be able to do that with one step, but look at me. Full of all sorts of surprises today. Freaking bed loading a freaking buffer tank. Well, I didn't bed load it. I moved it. I didn't have chains on then either. I was like, holy shit. Blew through that donut like it was nothing. I'm like, yeah, I'll just lift up one corner. I put it low and just barely started to suck into the airbags. Boom. So yeah, I was excited that we finally got it unhooked. I should have dynamited the trailer brakes, but I didn't. Fogging up in here because I'm talking so much. And we're at the back, and I don't think the vac truck might have just slightly tugged on the chain, and at that point I was like, oh, because he couldn't pull ahead because I was dragging him, so it piled a bunch of snow in front of all his tires, and he just went back just a touch, and it just gave the chain just a little chink. And yeah, it came all out of the wheel, down the ramps of my truck, and then onto the ground. It slid back like 6 feet. Like, pretty serious, because we were standing in between the vac truck and the trailer at the back, but there was tons of room. Buddy my swamper was just like, grab me, he's like, pull me out, he's like, whoa. I'm like, whoa. And then he was like, dude, and I'm like, no.
Oh, I saw the whole thing, dude. First you were all like, whoa, and then we were like, whoa, and then you were like, whoa.
Just reciting like the turtles from Nemo. I was more mad that it came down and landed on the landing gear, but I only had it up a couple inches, so, and they had massive pads on the landing gear, so I'm sure it didn't hurt nothing there. Still, an ugly scene, nothing I ever want to happen, and it was all minor. Like, I didn't even know the trailer just came down nice and easy and slid backwards, because obviously where all the trailer tires were was the sheet ice. I went back there to the chain, I almost fell on my ass because it was just glazed right over. So yeah, a day of excitement. So much fun. Should have been gone half an hour ago. But that's alright, I took off some extra time somewhere else. So anyways, back to town. I don't think I have anything else to tell. You guys seen it all firsthand, just like I. Tomorrow, 2 400 barrels to Drumheller, which I'm not gonna make a video tomorrow. I'm taking the day off. And hopefully it's just those tanks. I've never ever had, it's rare that I get piled up jobs, so we'll take those tanks, Sylvan Lake, load them at 8, take them to Drumheller, drop them off. Some farmer, I'm thinking, this is usually where the tanks go for this guy. And come back early, hit the car wash. Grease this bitch. Tank truck going to the plant. Look at this. It's trying to help my leg. As soon as I get out of the truck, it's helping my leg. Hey, quit helping my leg.
Brunch time. Uma ameaça foi detectada. Uma ameaça foi detectada.